Hollywood, the place where dreams wear diamonds and disasters hide in the shadows. Here, one smile can make you a legend, and one mistake can erase everything you ever achieved. For some actors, it wasn't a slow fall. It wasn't years of fading fame. It wasn't gradual decline. It was one moment, one sentence, one decision, one slap, one kick, one interview, one scandal that blew their entire careers apart. Tonight, we explore the actors who watched their fame burn down in real time. Careers that collapsed not over years, but in seconds. These stories are raw, they're painful, they're surprising, and some of them will leave you stunned. Let's begin. Will Smith, the slap that shook the earth. For more than 30 years, Will Smith wasn't just a celebrity. He was a symbol of joy, talent, and global success. The Fresh Prince, the king of summer blockbusters, the man kids adored, adults respected, and studios trusted. But then came the night that changed everything. The 94th Academy Awards. Chris Rock walked on stage. He joked about Jada Pinkett Smith's shaved head. Will smiled at first, but then he saw Jada's face, the hurt, the anger, and something inside him snapped. In front of millions, Will stood up, walked toward Rock, and delivered a slap that froze time. The room fell silent. The world held its breath. Then came the shout that no one will ever forget. "Keep my wife's name out of your mouth." The Oscars had never seen anything like it. Nobody moved. Nobody understood what was happening. That night, Will won his first Academy Award. But even during his tearful acceptance speech, Hollywood sensed something had broken. In the following days, Will resigned from the Academy. He was banned from all Oscar events for 10 years. His movies were paused. Studios reconsidered deals. Late-night hosts turned him into a punchline. The internet split into war. Will's legacy, built across 3 decades, was suddenly overshadowed by one uncontrollable moment. In the years since, he's tried to rebuild, seeking therapy, speaking about trauma, and releasing Emancipation to modest acclaim. He's returning with Bad Boys 4 and teasing more projects. But that slap remains a permanent scar on one of Hollywood's brightest careers. Thomas Gibson, the kick that ended an era. For 12 seasons, Thomas Gibson was the heart of Criminal Minds. As Aaron Hotchner, he was the calm force leading the behavioral analysis unit, a character fans trusted, admired, and rooted for. Off-screen, he directed episodes, shaped storylines, and was seen as the show's backbone. But in 2016, tensions erupted. During a disagreement with a producer about a script, Gibson lost his temper and kicked the man. Hollywood heard about it immediately. He was suspended, then fired. And just like that, the leader of Criminal Minds was gone. Old stories resurfaced. A shoving incident years earlier, anger management, conflicts behind the scenes. The studios were done. No final episode, no farewell scene. Hotchner was quietly written out, sent into witness protection, never to return. After that, Thomas Gibson's career fell silent. He appeared in a few indie films, posted family moments online, and focused on private life. But the doors of mainstream Hollywood never opened again. A career that took decades to build collapsed because of one explosive moment. Megan Fox, the interview that turned Hollywood against her. Megan Fox wasn't just famous in the late 2000s. She was everywhere. The ultimate IT girl. Magazine covers, red carpets, global interviews. A superstar created overnight by Transformers. But her downfall was just as fast. In 2009, during an interview, Megan described director Michael Bay as a tyrant and even compared him to Hitler. The comments exploded across Hollywood. Michael Bay himself reportedly brushed it off, but Steven Spielberg didn't. And as the most powerful voice behind Transformers, he made the decision. Megan Fox was fired from Transformers 3. Then the backlash began. Crew members attacked her publicly. Media outlets called her arrogant and ungrateful. Studios stopped offering major roles. Producers labeled her difficult. In a matter of months, one of Hollywood's most talked-about stars became an outsider. For years, Megan stepped away, raising her children, taking small roles, trying to rebuild her confidence. But by the late 2000s, her voice returned, stronger and clearer. She spoke about misogyny, exploitation, and how Hollywood punished her for being outspoken. Now Megan Fox appears in thrillers, indie films, and remains a cultural icon. Not because she was perfect, but because she survived one of Hollywood's harshest storms. Jennifer Grey, the surgery that erased a star. Dirty Dancing turned Jennifer Grey into a legend. Her beauty wasn't Hollywood perfect. It was real, charming, unforgettable. The world fell in love with her face, but Hollywood didn't. Agents and insiders pushed her to fix her nose, insisting it limited her roles. Jennifer finally agreed. And the second surgery altered her face so drastically that even close friends didn't recognize her. She joked bitterly, "I entered the operating room a celebrity and came out anonymous." Casting directors stopped calling. Producers didn't recognize her. Her unique identity, the very thing that made her special, had been surgically erased. Adding to her emotional wounds, Jennifer still carried trauma from a 1987 car accident in Ireland that left 2 people dead and haunted her for decades. Her career faded, but she didn't disappear. She found peace. She healed. She danced again, winning Dancing with the Stars. She returned to acting in Red Oaks and Grey's Anatomy. She wrote a memoir, and now she's producing and starring in a new Dirty Dancing sequel. Her story is no longer about loss, but about rebirth. Mike Richards, the host who lost everything in 1 week. Alex Trebek's death left a void no one could fill, but when Mike Richards, longtime producer of Jeopardy, was announced as the new host, it seemed like a safe choice, until his past resurfaced. Old podcast clips revealed crude jokes, sexist remarks, and comments completely misaligned with the dignity of Jeopardy. Then lawsuits from his earlier work at The Price is Right surfaced again, painting an even darker picture. In just 7 days, fans revolted. Critics attacked sponsors, grew nervous. Sony removed him as host, and finally, removed him as producer. Mike Richards went from the face of a global institution to a Hollywood cautionary tale almost instantly. Today he lives quietly, rarely appearing in public. A man whose dream job lasted only a few days. Paula Deen, the chef who lost an empire over her own words. For years, Paula Deen was America's culinary sweetheart, the queen of comfort food, warm personality, and a business empire worth millions. But in 2013, everything came crashing down. A lawsuit accused her and her brother of running a workplace filled with racism and harassment. But what destroyed her career was her own testimony. Under oath, she admitted using racial slurs and described wanting a plantation-style wedding with black men dressed as servants. The reaction was instant. Within days, Food Network cut ties, Walmart, Target, QVC dropped her products, book deals vanished, her brand collapsed almost overnight. Paula tried to apologize, but the damage was irreversible. Today, she remains active online, running restaurants and posting videos. But her empire is gone, and her reputation will never fully recover. Cuba Gooding Jr., the Oscar winner who fell from grace. When Cuba Gooding Jr. won the Oscar for Jerry Maguire, he became an icon of pure joy. The crowd roared. He was unstoppable. For years, he starred in powerful films, Men of Honor, Radio, American Gangster. But in 2019, everything changed. A woman accused him of groping her in a bar. Then another woman came forward. Then dozens more. By the end of the year, Gooding faced multiple charges of forcible touching and sexual abuse. The courtroom replaced the red carpet. In 2022, he accepted a plea deal. No jail time, but mandatory counseling. The decision angered many accusers, who felt unheard and dismissed. Since then, Cuba Gooding Jr. has stepped away from Hollywood, appearing only in small, low-budget projects. A once celebrated star, now remembered for scandal instead of talent. Armie Hammer, the star who fell into darkness. Armie Hammer seemed designed for A-list fame, handsome, charismatic, and gifted. His roles in The Social Network and Call Me By Your Name made him one of Hollywood's most promising stars. But in 2021, disturbing messages allegedly from Hammer surfaced online. Violent fantasies, coercive behavior, and shocking references to cannibalism. Hammer called them lies, but more women came forward. Accusations of emotional abuse, manipulation, and disturbing sexual behavior emerged. Hollywood reacted instantly. He was dropped from every major film. His agency cut ties. Studios refused to work with him. A documentary, House of Hammer, revealed even more troubling stories. By 2022, reports claimed he was selling timeshares to survive financially. A career that once seemed unstoppable vanished almost overnight. Fame is powerful, but fragile. These stories show how quickly a shining career can turn into a cautionary tale. One moment of anger, one reckless joke, one violent action, one hidden truth exposed can collapse everything. Hollywood remembers greatness, but it never forgets a downfall. Because in this world, your dream can rise in a lifetime and fall in a single second.